Hello? Just before I start, I want to get something off my chest. I received an email last week and it went something like this. Once upon a time, there was a wonderful person who did a wonderful thing to help a sad person. That sad person became really happy because of the wonderful person being wonderful. Can you see how wonderful life is when you're wonderful? Send this to 10 people or you'll die. What kind of a way of spreading love is that? It's my friend Liza. I haven't seen her for years. I emailed her back immediately. Dear Liza, I've just woken up to what is essentially a threat. You are still my friend and I still love you, but don't ever send me anything like this ever again. Or you will die. P.S. Please forward this to 10 people. So, Montreal. I've been walking around your city today, and you know what fascinates me the most? You've got bilingual beggars. Where I'm from, if you can speak 2 languages, you're at least guaranteed a job at the embassy. This afternoon I bought a French-English phrase book so I could blend in, because everyone else seemed to have one. And I was walking down Saint-Denis and I heard, psst, à tout change. À tout change. Je ne vous comprends pas. Je suis anglais. Parlez-vous anglais? Yeah. You spare some change, buddy? No. I also did some shows in Berlin recently, right? Now, before I tell you this story, first of all, I do speak quite fast, don't I? Even some Canadians are going... And also, I do think it's quite self-indulgent for a comedian to tell stories about other shows they've done. It's a bit like talking to your partner about your ex. So just accept that I have had other audiences. But you were the best. I did 4 shows in Berlin to 400 people a night. I'm backstage, all the other acts are German. I'm backstage getting paranoid that they're stealing my material from the night before and doing it in German, right? I went out the first night, I slowed down about 20% on my first gag to make sure they all understood me. I was greeted with complete silence. Or as they call it, silence! I went out the second night, I slowed down even more. Nothing. That's 400 people that all paid good money specifically to laugh. You think statistically, one of them would have just remembered something funny. Or just gone, he looks like your Uncle Frank. Nothing. Third show, even slower, nothing. By the 4th show, I was literally walking on stage going, hello, Jew killers. Nothing. I had an operation on my foot last year, and I couldn't walk for 4 months. But I had a revelation. I reckon that God is making sure that when you add up the ups and downs in your lifetime, no one's had more fun than anyone else. It doesn't matter who you are or how long you live for. There's a normal feeling. You fall in love, best feeling in the world. You split up, you pay back in what, a week? Evens out, no more fun than if you hadn't met them. Have a bad foot, 4 months of limping around, a week after the operation, a walk in the park has never felt so good. There are people starving in the world. But then again, they get on TV. Right, first of all, those of you going, ooh, shut up, it's a joke. And secondly, I'm the victim of that joke for suggesting it's worth going through hell to be famous. We're part of a karaoke generation. Everyone wants to be a star. I met a guy in a bar the other day, he said, I'd love to be famous. I went, really, what for? And he went, dunno. Isn't that a silly thing to want, to be famous? And you might think you're a comedian. You must want to be famous. I don't. I want to be successful at what I do, and fame just happens to be a byproduct of that. If I have a big meal, it's not because I want to poo. And also, is it fair to say that there would be less garbage on the streets of this city if blind people were given pointed sticks? I'd say that as a yes. Before I go, I want to share something with you. Do you know that feeling when you've got something very valuable on you and you can't afford to lose it and you go out the house with it and wherever you go, you keep it on you? You go home, you drop it off, you go out for the evening, but you can't relax. You can't enjoy yourself because every couple of minutes you get a little panic attack that you've lost that valuable thing. You know that exact feeling? Yeah. That's how I feel all the fucking time. It's a feeling that I had something, it's been taken away and it's never coming back. Now, I don't want to generalize, but I think that's typical of quite a lot of Jewish men. Now, ironically, that joke doesn't have an ending. I'm Adam Bloom, thank you very much indeed. Good night.